We are heading to Florida for the Cognizant Classic, previously known as the Honda Classic. This is played on PGA National. Really excited for it. Not the greatest field, but we do have some pretty big names. We have Shane Lowry, Russell Henley, Sepp Straka, Sungjae Im. So there's a couple big names on here. I finally won a splash contest. Well, won money. I came in second last week. Was very proud of myself. Unfortunately, the pool was not that big. So the way splash works is your prize is based off how many people enter. I think we had 14 people enter last week. The week before we had like 60. The week before that we had 100. Really wish I would have won either of those weeks because it would have been a lot more money. But I'll still take it. Took some money, took some profit. But if you do want to join that, it's $10. I've been doing it for every single tournament this year. It's a tiers contest. So changing the format a little bit, we're picking 6 players from 6 tiers. You're dropping the lowest score. We'll go over the tiers. They're over here on my, your right on the screen. I guess my right too on camera. What an idiot here. But it's color coordinated. So tier 1, we'll talk about first will be in the green. Before we get to that, that link is in the bio for the splash contest. And again, I do make these models from a bunch of different stats from rickrungood.com, subscription service for PGA data. I love it. It helps me on my research. Helped me get second last week. Again, it was only out of 14 people, but won me some money. That link is also in the bio. So let's quickly talk about PGA National. Par 71, 7,100 yards. It's in Florida. So it's flat, Bermuda greens, high winds, probably rain for 5 minutes every day. A lot of water on this course. 15 of the 18 holes have water in play. And on multiple holes, you have water in play on multiple shots. So you got to be accurate. Some guys are going to find the drink multiple times. We're going to see some ugly scores. So you got to stay accurate off the tee, accurate on approach. And then the putter, it's Bermuda grass, which these guys have not played in a couple weeks. They've been playing on Poana in the desert. So a little change in pace on the putting green that could help and poorly affect others. And it's also a tough course. So I looked at par saving stats, putting, scrambling, sand saves, bogey avoidance are all kind of the stats I looked into, and I factored all those into my model. I made a couple different models, again, from rickrungood.com. We'll sort this out by the model at the end so you can see who the model likes. It's out of 100, but we'll get to that later. So quickly, tier 1. Again, we are dropping the lowest score, so we can be a little riskier. But tier 1, in my opinion, is not the tier we're going to take risks on. There's 3 players you can pick, I think. Maybe 4 if you want to get crazy, but you might be a little crazy. I think there's 3 options. It's Russell Henley, it's Shane Lowry, and Sepp Straka. It just so happens to be those are the 3 favorites to win this tournament. The model also loves all 3. But Shane Lowry is playing great golf. He's the best golfer in the field. I would not be upset if he took Shane. Russell Henley, model loves him. Really good history at this course, but he has struggled off the tee, which worries me a little bit. If you're not accurate off the tee at this course, you will find yourself in the hazard. Hopefully he can figure that tee shot out. Sepp Straka had 1 bad tournament, but besides that, he's been on fire. Just happened to be the most recent tournament where he sucked. But Sepp is probably the second best golfer in this field. And then the one guy that I think maybe is Sungjae Im, but he's playing so bad right now. I don't know if it's the yips. I don't know if it's travel. I don't know what it is with Sungjae. He sucks. His approach shot is terrible, unlike him. He won this tournament in 2020, but has been terrible the last 4 years here. So I'm not going to back Sungjae, which means he'll probably go off and win it by 5 strokes. But he's playing bad golf, and golf's, in my opinion, a lot of streakiness, and he is streaking downward. So maybe a come-out game for Sungjae. I don't see it happening, though. The rest of these guys, I don't even think I couldn't be convinced to take any of them. Model kind of likes a few of these guys. Bezzy, I have no idea. He's plus 5,500. He's way higher odds than the rest of these guys. I have no idea why he's a tier 1 guy. The dude only can putt. The rest of his game's terrible. Denny McCarthy, again, is pretty accurate off the tee. He's like an Aaron Rye. Pretty good putter. Doesn't hit it far, just super accurate. But I think there's 3 options. Henley, Lowry, and Straka. The rest of the guys, I don't think there's worth the risk on tier 1. Tier 2, and the rest of the tiers is probably where your risks are going to come. Billy Horschel, I'm not going to back him. He's playing bad golf right now, but the model likes him. Danny Berger, I love. I'm going to be straight up honest. I took him as my tier 2 guy. He's playing really good golf right now. Fantastic course history. He's probably going to be the man. Brian Harman, also a really good option. I like him as well. The rest of these guys, not super high on. Lucas Glover is a top 20 merchant, and I say it every time he's playing. The dude is always in contention. So if you want a really safe option to a guy that's probably going to make the cut, probably going to get in the top 25, Glover's probably your guy. The rest of these guys, Minwoo Lee, odds on, plus 3,000 for him, plus 2,800 for Berger. So he's probably, from an odds standpoint, another good option. I just don't like him here. Novak, I do like quite a bit. I might bet him to place in top 20. I just don't know. It's between Novak and Berger for me for tier 2. I like Berger way better, but Novak might be that under-the-radar guy who could win you your splash contest. So Berger's my guy, but there's a couple other options there for you guys to pick for in tier 2. Tier 3, very interesting tier 3. Kurt Kitayama, model loves this man. Absolutely loves this man. His putter is so bad, though. So bad on the putter. Maybe the Bermuda grass, the change of pace, the change of surface will help him, but it has been atrocious. If he figures out that putter, he has a good shot. Keith Mitchell, I like quite a bit here as well. The rest of these guys, Byung-Hun An, I'm not going to get there on him. His approach play is terrible. His putter's terrible. I don't like what I'm seeing out of him. He has one of the best odds in this tier, but I don't like him at all. Patrick Rodgers was on last week. Putnam, look at those odds. I'm not going to take him here. Kuchar, no. Ekra won it last year, but not super sold on him this year. So Kurt Kitayama, Keith Mitchell are probably my options there. Tier 4, we're into the yellow. Tier 4, I have no idea. We have Jordan Spieth, and he's plus 4,000. That's probably in the top 20 on odds. But he's the biggest name in this tournament, and he is way down here. The model hates him. He's playing terrible golf. Why is he playing in this small of a tournament? To me, it feels like he's trying to get confidence back. Let me go play in a not-so-great field and try to get some confidence back. That's the only reason. No one else. Shane Lowry is playing. He's the biggest name, but, he's up there, but he's not quite there. Spieth is up there. He's a really well-known name. And I think this is a 100% trap. Not just in the splash contest, but betting overall. I think Spieth is probably going to miss the cut here. Smalley, God, I really like Smalley here. Really good golf recently. Not the greatest history here, but he's playing really well. I like Smalley quite a bit. Mackenzie Hughes is my boomer bust guy. Like I said, you're dropping the lowest score, so he may be a guy you're going to risk it, and maybe it'll pay off. If it doesn't, you can just drop him. I feel like he's going to win it or he's going to come in dead last. And that's how I feel about that. Cam Young might be the worst approach shot player on tour. And I'm not going to back that. Brian Campbell just won it last week. I'm not going to take a guy off a win. Yeah, nothing else really. Ricky Fowler, it's Ricky. I don't know. So my options here, Smalley. Maybe get a little crazy on Hughes. I kind of like Johnny Vegas. For the rest, I'm not super sold on. I think Gary Woodland withdrew, but that could be wrong. Then tier 5 is what the hell are we going to do here? Luke Clanton, I made the mistake of backing him on Waste Management. Didn't realize he was a cut away from getting his tour card. Missed the cut by 1 stroke. Same exact spot here. If he makes the cut, he gets his tour card. Too much pressure. I don't want to bet a guy with that much pressure. So he'll probably make the cut, but I think he might play conservative in this field, knowing that all he has to do is, beat 50% of these guys. So he's a really good golfer. I just don't like the spot he's in. Mac, the model loves Mac, and Bridgman is interesting. He's another one of those guys that could be first or dead last. I don't know. I do like Mac, but he's been playing really bad lately. Ryan Gerard is very consistent. I was on him last week. I was happy with it. Pretty good option here. Højgaard, I don't know why he's so low here. The model hates him. He had a really good round last week, but I'm just nervous that it's the recency bias. So, yeah, tier 5, your guess is good as mine. I'm probably going to take Mac and just follow the model. But, yeah, I hope Luke Clanton makes the cut. I just don't know how competitive he's going to be. You know, he's just going to play super conservative and not make bad shots, which might do it. But I don't know if I want to bet on him. So that's an interesting tier. Good luck. And then tier 6 is every other golfer. So you got a lot of options for tier 6. I'm not going to talk too much about these guys that are plus 250,000 to win it all, where the model has them at 7.51 out of 100. But there are some names I do want to mention here, and surprisingly, they're at the top. Bud Cauley, I love this guy. He's playing really well. He is playing really well for Bud. I like backing golfers that are playing well. Chan Kim, he's all over the place. And I think he's kind of just a bad bet here. The model likes him a little bit, but he's plus 11,000. I'm probably not going to take Chan. Chris Kirk, he won this in 2023. Really bad putter, and his approach shot's not great. Sam Ryder, really good history here, but his driver has sucked. Victor Perez is also an interesting cat here. He's not been good recently, but he has a decent history here. I don't know. This is going to be a tough one for me. I like Bud quite a bit, just being completely transparent with you. So let's quickly run the model or sort it by the model so you can see the best options, what the model says in each tier. Here we are. Like I said, Russell Henley at the very, very top here. And then we got a tier 3 Kurt Kitayama at number 2. And then Keith Mitchell at number 4. Shane Lowry at 3. Obviously, you guys can read. But really good options there for tier 3 guys. Kitayama or Mitchell. Kitayama, I think's the risk. Mitchell is the safe play. But again, we're dropping the lowest score. Maybe you can get risky here. Then you're going to see these red. The red really sticks out. Mac and Jacob. Mac's way up here. Model loves Mac. But his driver kind of scares me. And then Bridgman, I have zero confidence in. But the next reds are, a decent ways down here. So it's just interesting. Billy Horschel is the best tier 2 guy according to the model. But there's Berger, there's Harmon, there's Glover. And then your tier 6 guys down here with Chan, Chris, and Bud. Tier 4, where are you guys? Tier 4 is all the way down here. The first 2 tier 4 guys is a guy who is the worst approach player in the tour with Cam Young. We got Jonathan Vegas here too. That's going to be the make it or break it in this tournament, the tier 4 guys. So Mackenzie Hughes, boomer bust for Mackenzie. Ricky Fowler. I like Smalley, but he's way down here. I don't know. Tier 4 is going to be a tough one. But that's what we got here. That's the course preview. That's the tournament preview. Again, if you do want to join the contest, that is over at Splash Sports. $10 to enter. Winner gets top 5 get paid. I'm trying to go back-to-back weeks of making money here. So good luck, good scores, Godspeed. Hopefully you guys can enjoy it. Am I going to bet Kurt Kitayama?
In the week ahead, it's all green grass. We're preview buzzing while the golfers pass. The Shank Report with witty flair. Best bets on swings that split the air. Before we shout and place those bets, whispers of wood and driver threats. The Shank Report's your secret key to smashing odds like pros on tee.